Welcome students. We are looking the new part of the primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. The remaining part we will see in this part. In the earlier part we have seen about the contribution in the GDP from the all three sectors, primary, secondary and tertiary. We have seen the tertiary sector is also not developed equally. One hand, very few people are getting more opportunities, and other hand, many are remaining with the same way, same work because they are not having any other opportunity. So where does people work? We will see in this part. Where are most of people employed? In which sector the most employment is engaged? We will see. Graph second present percentage share of the three sectors in a GDP. This is the graph second earlier. Sorry. In this graph second, share of sectors in a GDP, we are looking in the 1973, how much share from which sector, and in a 2003, the percentage is a changing. In the 1973, we are looking 45% share is contributed by the primary. Near up 20% is contributed by the secondary and remaining 25 is contributed by the tertiary. The percentage changed in 2003. The contribution from primary is decreased. It is decreased near of 25%. The place of primary sectors is taken by the tertiary. The secondary remains same. So this is the contribution in the percentage wise we are looking. It means the contribution by tertiary is more than the other two. Further on we will see a remarkable fact about India is that while there has been a change in the share of the three sectors in a GDP, a similar shift has not taken place in employment. One remarkable important thing we can observe through this diagram, through this graph, the employment is not shifted in a same way. In the GDP, the contribution by tertiary is more. The contribution in GDP is changed from primary to secondary to get more tertiary taken place of the primary, but the contribution in employment is not changed. Still we are looking here. In a 1973 also, the contribution is more provided by the primary sector. And now also it is provided more by the primary sector. In the primary, the employment is more, and here in a 2000 also, the contribution to provide the employment still more by the primary. Income place is changed. In the GDP, the place of primary is changed. The place of primary is taken by the tertiary. But in the employment, the place remains same with the primary. It means the employment should be changed. The opportunity should be get people more. Why did a similar shift out of primary sector happen in case of employment? It is because not enough jobs were credited in the secondary and tertiary sector. Why it has happened? Because more job which should be created from the secondary and tertiary, It's are not created. That is why the employment now also shared more by the primary sector. The industrial output or the production of goods went up by 8 times during the period. Employment in the industry went up by only 2.5 times. The production is went about 8 times more in the same period. But at the same time, the employment should be also raised till the 8 time, but it not rose at the 8 time, it rose just only 25 times. So easily with this data, we can understand, we can realize how the shifting is taking place or how we are lagging here to create more employment in the secondary and the tertiary. While production in the service sector rose by 11 times. The picture of the tertiary again it is a very different. The production from this part is increased 11 times and employment only 3 times. So this picture clear gives us, this data clear gives the picture, the opportunities are not provided more or not created in the secondary and tertiary which should be happen. As a result, what happen we'll see in the next part. As a result, more than half of the workers in the country are working in the primary sector. The primary sector is a more here now also more of the employment 50% more than the 50% is employment provided now also by the primary sector, that is mostly agriculture. Agriculture is contributing more opportunities or more employment, producing only quarter of the GDP. The agriculture is in a GDP producing quarter 25%, but providing employment 50%, more than 50%. It gives us idea the shift in the employment should be take place. The secondary and tertiary sector produces 3/4. The secondary and tertiary both are producing 3/4, but employment just only half of the people. Employ just less than the half. The production is more, but employment is not provided more by the primary and the secondary. What it means, we will see here. What it means is that there are more people in agriculture than is necessary. We have seen in a last year, agriculture is providing more employment. It means not the agriculture is able to provide or all are busy here 8 hours or with their capability. It is disguised employment. Unnecessary people are busy in the agriculture because they are not having any other work, they are not having any other opportunity. That is why these people are getting engaged with the same job in the agriculture. It is underemployment. So even if you move a few people out, production will not be affected. We have seen this also last year. If we will remove some people from the agriculture to do any other work, it will not make any effect on the agricultural production. The production will remain same. Workers in agriculture sector are underemployed. These people are underemployed, which we termed last year as the disguised employment. Underemployment is the hidden in a contrast. Underemployment is hidden in a contrast to someone who does not have a job and is clearly visible as unemployed. Hence, it is also called disguised unemployment. Already I have said the term disguised employment. So in agriculture, unnecessary people are working because they are not having any other opportunity. If we will provide them other opportunities, if they will went out from the away from the agriculture, it will not make any effect on the agricultural production. One hand, maybe we are saying more than half employment is provided by the agriculture, but it means not they all are enough work in the agriculture. All are not having enough work in the agriculture because they are not having any option. That is why they are working. If we created any other option to them, automatically it will make more economical opportunities to them, and economical status of a particular person family will be raised. The case is given of the Lakshmi here. She is having 2 hectares of the land, and the agriculture, the farming is completely depend on the rain. But then also the 5 members of same family are working with the same land. Whatever production is getting, it is getting from the work of these all 5. If we will remove 2 members from that working labor, there will be no any effect on the production by these 2 hectares. If we will give these 2 work on the other land, automatically their economical situation will be increased and it will help to the this family. There are lack of farmers like Lakshmi in India. Just a case of Lakshmi is given here. There are lakhs of people are having who are working unnecessarily in the same plot. If we remove a lot of people from agriculture sector and provide them with proper work elsewhere, agricultural production will not suffer. The incomes of the people who take up other work would increase the total family income. If we will provide them more opportunities, other opportunities, so the income of family will be rise up and the economical status of the family will automatically change. The underemployment can also happen in other sectors also. The employment on underemployment is this underemployment can also happen in other sectors. For example, there are thousands of casual workers in the service sector in urban areas who search for daily employment. Casual workers are there. Daily they are looking for the new jobs. They are employed as a painters, plumbers, repair persons and other doing odd jobs. Many of them don't find work every day. Many are looking the job daily, but many are there who would not gets job, not get work daily. Whenever they get work, that day only these people are working or they get the wages. Many of them don't find work every day. Similarly, we see other people of the service sector on the street pushing a cart or selling something where they may spend the whole day but earn very little. Other people are also there. They may spend the whole day but earn very little. Cart or the pushing cart people, vendors are there. These vendors are not getting enough money which they should get throughout the day. By this little earning they are managing themselves. So underemployment is not only in the agriculture but in other sectors also we can find, and we should be make arrangement, we should be bring new ways which should provide the opportunity to the all.